Top of your button, yeah, index finger below, inch and a half. You don't have to put your hand there. We know there's a line going through from the front to the back. We know there's a vertical line here. We know they intersect. That's your center, and you gently squeeze internally, and then you release. Now, would you squeeze on the in-breath, please? So as you squeeze, draw in the breath. And then just release, and don't be in a hurry to breathe in again. Just really let it go. And when you're ready, do it again. Right, so all I'm doing is an inch and a half below the tummy button, inside the body, about a third of the way into the body. It's like I'm squeezing internally there very gently. So this part of your body controls, it's like the central point of the fascia. It's the central control point. We have a line of fascia from the sternum, which runs all the way down to the top of the pubic bone, right to the top of your pubic bone under here, and from here's the base of your sternum. It joins. There's a line joining there. It actually goes a bit higher as well, but it doesn't really matter. So this is called, I think, the linea alba. Linea, alba, and it happens to be white as well. Alba, I think it translates as white in Latin. Am I right? I think so. And here we have these, what you would call your six-pack. We've got, but this is basically fascia as well, round here. So we tend to think of this as being muscle, but actually there's a lot of fascia involved here in these sort of 6 layers. So when we do this squeezing in, what we're actually doing is contracting the linea alba very slightly, and then we're releasing it. And here, these muscles here, and there's a name for this, which I actually wrote down because it's not one I'm familiar with, the rectus sheath. This here is called the rectus sheath. It's on the inside. This here is, so this group of muscles here, which you term as just the six-pack, but it's really not the muscles we're interested in. We're interested in the fascia. So when we pull in here, we're actually connecting all of this stuff together. If you notice, from breastbone down to here, it will connect. So you breathe out and then breathe in again and squeeze. Okay, so there's a pull which happens right from up here, yeah, and right down to here. It's very gentle, and you're not going to expect a massive pull. It's going to be that, though. So when we've done this exercise in the past, we've talked about the top pulling downwards and the bottom pulling upwards. That's basically what you're feeling. Solar plexus, just under your rib cage, end of the xiphoid process here, which is the base of your breastbone. So that's all squeezing together. Now, these muscles here, on here, the rectus sheath, these ones also very gently pull in. Well, we're not interested in the muscles, whereas I keep on saying this, I know, but what we're more interested in is the fascia, because this area here is like a major crossing point for all the fascia in the body, from feet to hands. From feet to hands, this is like the major crossing point within the body. So it's like here draws everything in from there, and these muscles are all involved in that. There's another one to go yet. So when you breathe in, breathe out, empty, then you breathe in and you draw, squeeze, and just notice what's happening around here. You don't have to try and make anything happen, just notice what is going on. Okay, so that's that. Then on your back, you've got what looks like this on your back, like a diamond shape going down towards the middle of the pelvis at the back and up to your spine. It's literally like a four-sided diamond, as it were. I don't know about four-sided diamonds. Math's never my strong point. So this is also on a lot of fascia here. So from here out to here and up to here. So we've got this sort of on its edge square, if you like, okay, rectangle on its edge or something. So this also operates. Now, when you feel your back starting to connect, that's what you're feeling. You're feeling the fascia on your back also connecting to the front. So we've got lots of cross layers going right the way through the body. The whole thing connects up, but it's all working from this area here. So when you breathe out, okay, and then when you're ready, just breathe in. pull, squeeze internally, and just notice your back. You don't have, there's not going to be masses going on, but something is going on. And actually you don't want masses going on. It means you're doing too much. So this is a very subtle thing going on here. And breathe out and just do it again. Okay, so we've talked about this line which runs around the body here. It's called the Dai Mei, or the if you like, the ring channel, or the connection channel around the middle here. Yeah, so this connection here, all these acupuncture channels run through this acupuncture channel, the Belts channel is often referred to as. So these acupuncture channels, vertical ones, run through, and there's not one, it's not a channel on its own, it's a collective. So you'll notice that this all gently squeezes it. So if that's my waist there, I'm tilting my hand sideways, it's like this happens very slightly, and then when you breathe out, it will open again. So just notice that. Again, don't try, just let it happen. Observe. Yeah, and just do it a couple more times. So it's all being led from the middle of your body, from that internal squeeze. Yeah, okay. Well, if you've got this on your back, and you've got this on your front, and you've got this here, and then you breathe in and you internally squeeze. Basically what we're doing is we're pulling all the fascia into its central core point, yeah? There's the external core, or the external from the core, I should say. So we're drawing everything back into here again. Now, this is what we want in order to make the rest of the body operate. So I did read quite an interesting article about how if you've got shoulder problems, very often what you need to work on is actually the release internally here, to let the shoulder problems undo. The problem isn't in the shoulder itself, it's in the connection from the core to the shoulder. Anyway, and I'll reread it, and enough on that for the moment, but I'll come back to it at some point maybe. So what we do is when we want to sit down, bear in mind that we've got our you're not going to need your chair anymore, by the way, for the moment, at any rate. Have it ready. But so when you're, do your Vitruvian man thing here. So elbows, center, knees. Okay, you can think of ankles as well, and wrists if you wish, but I would just go for elbows and knees at the moment. So when I draw the center in, when I really squeeze internally, I want this to be number one. That's the first thing that moves, triggering the arms to move in secondary. So that happens. We get the elbows bending, the knees bending, everything is being drawn in, and then I release it and it all undoes. But I'm not thinking of pulling my arms in. What I'm thinking of is contracting here and observing the connection from here to here and from knee to here as well. And we want to use that as much as we possibly can.